earth will be moon. So it's quite smaller than the earth, and it revolves around the sun. It revolves around the earth. Now some fact about the moon is the surface of the moon also consists of mountain, plains and all, and it also had big craters. Now craters are holes which are formed at the surface of the earth. It might be due to some meteors or asteroid which hits the sun, which crashes in the surface of the sun. Now some fact, during the daytime the temperature at the surface of the earth would be 107 degrees Celsius. It's very much hot. And at night the temperature drops down to minus 153 degrees Celsius. So it's very much cold at the night. Now the distance between earth and the moon, it's 3,84,400 kilometers. So it's quite a long distance. And since moon is also a celestial body, it has a gravitational effect on other planets, especially on earth. But since moon is very much small, so its gravitational pull doesn't have much effect on the earth. So we usually don't feel the gravitational pull from the moon. But there are some events, or they might occur some events which makes us think that, or which makes it prove that it is due to moon's gravitational pull. So one of those events are your tides, high tides and low tides, which are there in seas and ocean. It's because of the gravitational pull from the moon. Those are some of the interesting part. So moon's gravity is about 1/6 gravity of the earth. That means the gravity out there in the moon is very much low as compared to that in earth. So that means that when our weight out here in earth, when we measure our weight in the moon, it will be 1/6 of our weight. So that's why in moon we can jump very much high. So because gravitational pull out there is very much less, more or less 1/6 of our weight. Suppose if your weight is 60 kg, and in moon your weight will be 60 divided by 6. That means your weight will be only 10 kgs. So these were the fact about the moon. And moon also rotates and revolve around the earth. So moon takes 27 days to revolve around the earth, and it also takes 27 days to rotate on its own axis. So therefore that might be the reason why we only see the same part of the moon. Now different phases of the moon. Now moon, sometimes we do see in the sky the different phases of moon, like you can see the phases out here. So these are the different phases of the moon. So we see so these phases of the moon, it is seen because of the light reflected from the sun. So the moon which we see on the bright moon do not produce their own light, but they are able to reflect the light from the sun. That's why we see different phases of the moon. Now eclipse. Now eclipse means it can be any situation where a moon, earth and sun, they align in a straight line. So it's a kind of phase when moon, earth and sun align in a same phase, same line. So basically there are two types of eclipse. First one is your lunar eclipse. In lunar eclipse, as you can see in the diagram, moon comes between the earth comes between the moon and the sun. So because of that, moon is completely in the shadow. As you can see in the diagram, moon is completely in the shadow of the earth, and it's also, so that portion is known as your total lunar eclipse. So whenever earth comes between the moon and the sun, the shadow of the earth is completely on the moon. So it is known as a lunar eclipse. Now another one is your solar eclipse. Now solar eclipse is something the same. So what usually happens out here in solar eclipse, the moon comes between the sun and the earth, and because of that the the shadow of the moon falls on the earth, as you can see in the diagram. So sometimes, like if you search in internet, when you type solar eclipse, you might be seeing some videos related to the solar eclipse, that it's normally the daytime when sun is shining bright in the sky, and suddenly because the day is solar eclipse, you find that moon comes between the sun and the earth, and because of that the sky appears to be dark for few minutes. It would be completely dark, just like at night times, and that time, that event is known as your solar eclipse. Now, not only that, we were talking about the natural satellites. Now we also have man-made satellites, or I mean man-made. Okay. Before coming to satellites, humans on the moon. So there were many missions in which human being, they were about to reach to the moon, and they even had a flag out there of America. They had kept a flag in the moon. So this proves that human beings have traveled to the moon, and the person who did this, the first person who was to step on the moon was Neil Armstrong. So it was in 21st July 1969, and in an American spacecraft. So the spacecraft in which they were traveling was Apollo 11. So it landed on the moon, and the first person to step on the moon was Neil Armstrong, and second was Edwin Aldrin. Michael Collins remained in the spacecraft that orbited the moon. They collected some samples of the rock. That means there were 3 persons who was on the mission, and the one who was staying on the aircraft was Michael Collins. Now satellites. Now satellites are like moon. If it is a natural satellite, we also have some man-made satellite which revolves around the planet. Now natural satellite, all the planets in the solar system except Mercury and Venus have natural satellites. So except Mercury and Venus, all the planets, they have natural satellite, and our moon is one of the satellite of the earth. In same way, like other planets, like they also have a large number of satellites. Like in some cases, so some of the gas giant, they have more than 10-15 satellites. So one of the satellites of the planet Jupiter, is the satellite is larger than the earth. So our earth has only one satellite. Now artificial satellites. So these are those satellites which revolves around the planet earth. So it looks something like this. Now we don't have one type of satellite, we have more than one type. So first one is weather satellite. So usually weather satellites, it's revolve around the earth, and it gives us the update of the weather forecast. Then you have communication satellite. So it provides us with telephone broadcast. It's related to mobile phone communication and all. Then we have scientific satellite, with the help of which some research can be done in the universe. Then Aryabhatta was India's first satellite, which was sent in 1975. After that, they had sent many different satellites. So Chandrayaan-1, as you can see, was launched in 2008, which was to revolve around the Mars orbit, and it was launched in and Mars orbiter mission was launched in 2013. And India has 15 operational communication satellites consisting of INSAT and GSAT, a series of satellites. So these are some of the satellites of India which has some particular function. So with the help of this, we complete the chapter. Now I want my students to fill in the blanks, choose the correct answer, and this one, question number 5. With this we end the chapter. Thank you.